In this video, we're going to be talking about the new Alabama Leprechaun jerkbaits. These are from the Slam series. This is the first jerkbait that we have in the Slam series of baits. We've been testing out for a while and we are extremely excited to release it. Number one, it does two things great. First of all, it imitates a scared shrimp when you do the double twitch retrieve, which we'll show you. Also, it imitates an injured baitfish, again, doing that same retrieve. So you can catch both fish that are keyed in on baitfish and fish that are keyed in on shrimp. Regardless of which one they are, you can cover it with one lure. Not only that, we actually have a custom scent that has both baitfish and shrimp scent in it. So again, back to the point before, this is an all-encompassing lure. You can go out and catch a ton of fish with it, regardless of the season, because if they're going after shrimp, it still works. And then if they're really focused on baitfish, it still works for that too. So far, this color pattern has been the best I've used for up in the shallows, even in areas that get a ton of pressure. It's a unique color. It's this green, as you can see, with a really heavy amount of gold flash. It's almost like a gold spoon merged with the jerkbait, and it has been extremely effective, even in areas that get an absolute ton of pressure. But again, you have to rig it properly, and so that's why we're gonna focus on rigging in this video as well. Plus, if you do buy these, we have an entire course on exactly when to use them, how to rig them, how to retrieve them. It's obviously more than just this one video, so more details there. But as far as the essentials on rigging, we're going to cover it. And so I have a rod here ready to go. And so fishing the shallows, if you don't yet have these hooks, I highly recommend them. These are the owner twist lock hooks. And here's what the finished product looks like, right? Where the bait is rigged and has the weight here to keep it even and to get it down just a little bit. This is an excellent, excellent combination for fishing under 2 feet of water, which is where a lot of the biggest redfish, sea trout, and even snook in many cases are out feeding. Cool thing about this, you can be fishing heavy grass, you can be fishing oysters, and you can easily make it weedless by simply just digging in the point of the hook, right? So just dig in that point of the hook, just skin it. And so now, again, hook point is not exposed. As soon as a fish bites, hook point's exposed and you have a hook up. Very, very, very good thing for the shallows. So here's how to rig it. I'm gonna go ahead and just undo it so you can kind of see it in reverse. So basically the hook goes in first, then we screw it off. So as far as the screw on and why I like this hook is because it has this tip on it. It's called the twist lock hook, and it has the centering pin. Very, very helpful. So all you do is get the centering pin and put it right in the middle of the bait and push down on it straight in, and then just start coiling the bait up onto the hook. Again, very, very easy. Once it gets to about that point where there's just a little bit of gap there, just make sure that the slot side is towards the hook, right? You have a slot side, then you have this side, slot side towards the hook. It actually works both ways, but this way seems to be a little bit more effective. So slot side toward the hook, and the goal, the essential goal, is to make sure that the hook, when it goes through the bait, it's at the natural point. If you go in too far, right? If I go down too far, it's gonna have this big curve in it. That is not good. That is a way to guarantee you won't catch anything. But if you have it right? If you have it going in the proper way where the bait is nice and streamlined, this is the best lure that I've found for catching really big fish up in the shallows. So again, we just kind of get a mark on it where it's gonna be, get it with our thumb, and then we go in straight at that point and just make sure that it comes out in the center of the bait. So let me go check it out. Yeah, it looks centered, right? Final assessment, is it straight? Yes, yes, yes. You look at it at all angles, and if it's straight, now this puppy's ready to go, and it is ready to catch a bunch of fish. If it's not straight, right? If I just went off on the side, or on one side or the other, went too far or not far enough, then redo it. Don't fish with it, redo it, make sure it's right, because that is key. Rigging is key. If you don't rig it properly, you're not gonna catch many fish. But if you do rig it properly, this can be the best lure that you've ever used. All right, so here's the finished product. And let me just show you what it looks like in the water real quick. We have a rod set up with it already. And so we'll just get it right down here in the water. And we have some seagrass here. It's a little bit dark water, but you can see, even though it blends in with the bottom, that gold flash gives it just enough pop where those fish can pick up on it. So the key is to get down the grass, bump it out, and just kind of bump it along there. And those fish, they just can't help but to smack it. Even if they're not hungry, those fish, it's just their predator instinct. When they see a scared shrimp or an injured bait fish coming out of the grass or coming off the bottom around oysters, any sort of structure on the bottom, you can rig this weedless, and those big fish, they just can't help but to smack it, and you're gonna be catching a ton of fish, even on days when everybody else is struggling. So that's it for now. Just wanted to share this lure. It has been amazing. I highly recommend getting it. And again, if you do, we're gonna send you a course that covers exactly when to use it, how to use it, how to rig it for each of the various conditions that you'll be facing out there, just to make sure that you can maximize your results. And we can't wait to send you these awesome lures.